Welcome back to Prime Worth. Today we're answering a big question. How do you make a budget even if you're broke? Most people think budgets are only for those with money to spare. But here's the truth. Budgeting is most powerful when you don't have much. Why? Because when every dollar matters, directing your money becomes the difference between staying stuck and finally moving forward. Let's break this down step by step. Being broke isn't just tough on your wallet, it's tough on your mind. You feel stressed, bills pile up, and payday feels like a quick gulp of air before drowning again. But imagine having a tool that works like a life jacket, something to keep you afloat even when the waves get rough. That's what a budget is. It doesn't magically make you rich overnight, but it gives you control, stability, and a plan to swim toward financial freedom. Here's the first mindset shift. Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about direction. Think of your money like a team. You're the coach, and every dollar is a player. Without a playbook, players run wild, energy is wasted, and the game is lost. With a budget, every dollar has a position and a purpose. Even if you're broke, you're not powerless. You're the coach making sure those dollars are working hard for you, not against you. Step 1. Know your income. Sounds obvious, but many people guess what they make and end up budgeting based on hope, not reality. Write down every source, your paycheck, side hustles, tips, freelance gigs. If you only bring in $1,850 a month, that's your starting line. Be brutally honest, you can't build a house on shaky numbers and you can't build a budget on wishful thinking. Solid foundations start with clarity. Step 2. Track your expenses. For 1 week or better, 1 month, record every single dollar you spend. Yes, even that $150 vending machine soda. This exercise shocks most people. Suddenly you realize that occasional takeout is actually $200 a month, or those $10 subscriptions you forgot about add up to one. Awareness is power. You can't cut waste you don't see. Think of this as turning on the lights in a messy room. Next, separate your spending into 2 buckets, needs and wants. Needs are survival, rent, groceries, electricity, transportation, minimum debt payments. Wants are the extras, Netflix, eating out, new clothes, gadgets. When money is tight, your focus must be on needs first. It doesn't mean you'll never enjoy wants again. It just means survival and stability come before luxury. This clarity helps you make smarter, guilt-free choices. One popular framework is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings or debt. But if you're broke, this ratio won't work. Instead, think survival first. Maybe it's 70% needs, 20% debt, 10% savings. The point isn't perfection, it's balance. Even if you can only save $5, that $5 builds the habit of prioritizing your future. Habits matter more than amounts when you're starting out. Let's see this in action. Say you bring in $2,000 a month. Rent is $800, groceries $300, utilities $150, and transportation $150. That's $1,400 for needs. Add subscriptions, eating out, and shopping. Say $300 total. That leaves $300. Even if you're broke, you can still save $50 for emergencies and use $250 to chip away at debt. This isn't about being perfect, it's about squeezing progress out of whatever numbers you have. But what if your expenses are higher than your income? That's the reality for many people. The key isn't to give up, it's to make cuts. Cancel unused subscriptions, cook instead of ordering out, shop smarter with lists and discounts, share rides or use public transit. Tiny changes might save $10 here, $20 there, but stack them up and suddenly you've freed hundreds. A budget forces you to find leaks and patch them. Here's one powerful strategy: pay yourself first. Most people save what's left after spending, which is usually nothing. Flip it. The moment money hits your account, put aside even a tiny bit, $20, $50, whatever you can, into savings. Treat it like a bill you must pay. If you wait until the end of the month, there will always be excuses. Pay your future self first and then manage everything else with what's left. Budgeting isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You might overspend 1 week or miss a savings goal another. That's normal. The goal isn't to quit when things go wrong, but to adjust and keep going. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You'll wobble, maybe fall, but each time you get back up, you get steadier. Over time, these small corrections build long-term control. Let's talk emergencies. When you're broke, even a flat tire or a medical bill can feel like a disaster. That's why an emergency fund is critical. Start ridiculously small. Your first target isn't $10,000, it's $100,000. Once you hit that, aim for $500. Then build slowly toward 3 months of expenses. This safety cushion keeps you from swiping credit cards every time life surprises you. It's financial armor. Debt can feel like a monster chained to your ankle, slowing you down no matter how hard you run. But your budget is the sword you use to fight it. Two strategies work: snowball, pay off smallest debt first for motivation, or avalanche, tackle the highest interest debt first to save money long term. The best method, the one you'll actually stick to. Momentum beats theory every time. Here's something many people get wrong: cutting all fun. Yes, when you're broke, your budget should be tight. But if you remove every joy, you'll burn out and give up. That's why I recommend a small fun fund. Even $20 a month for coffee, a movie, or a treat makes budgeting feel sustainable. Think of it like a cheat meal in dieting: small, controlled, but keeps you going long term. Technology can make budgeting a breeze. Apps like Mint, YNAB, or Every Dollar link to your accounts and automatically track spending. One surprising benefit of budgeting is awareness. Many people have no idea how much those little purchases add up. A $7 lunch 3 times a week is over $1,000 a year. A $40 monthly subscription, nearly $500 annually. Seeing these numbers clearly changes behavior. Suddenly, skipping one takeout meal doesn't feel like deprivation. It feels like gaining $500 for your future. Awareness makes sacrifice feel like empowerment. But what if cutting isn't enough? That's when earning more comes into play. Side hustles can transform a broke budget into a workable one. Drive Uber, walk dogs, babysit, freelance online, sell unused items, or take weekend shifts. Even an extra $200 a month adds breathing room. Think of side hustles as temporary boosters to stabilize your budget. Small effort now, big relief later. Extra income multiplies progress. Here's something crucial: never ignore bills. When you're broke, it's tempting to deal with it later, but late fees, interest, and penalties only make things worse. Prioritize essentials: rent, food, utilities. Pay them first, then attack debts in order. Wants and luxuries come last. Budgeting forces you to face reality even when it's uncomfortable. But once you confront it, you're in control instead of in hiding. Here's some motivation: wealthy people budget too. The only difference is they're using it to grow wealth, not just survive. But the system is the same: they give every dollar a job. If billionaires still use budgets, why shouldn't you? Budgeting isn't a punishment for being broke, it's a strategy the rich use to get richer. Mastering it now sets you up to play at their level later. Think of your budget like a GPS. Without it, you're wandering around lost, burning gas, and wasting time. With it, you know exactly where you're going, how long it'll take, and what turns to make. Even if your destination is years away, having a map means you don't stay stuck where you are. Being broke is temporary. Being lost is optional. Your budget is the path forward. Accountability makes a huge difference. Share your budget goals with a trusted friend, family member, or even an online group. Talking about money can feel awkward, but it keeps you motivated. Just like going to the gym with a buddy pushes you harder, having a money buddy makes you less likely to quit. Support turns budgeting from a lonely grind into a team effort. You don't have to do it alone. Here's a hidden benefit: budgeting when broke teaches discipline. Most people never learn. If you can manage $1,000 wisely, you'll dominate when you have $10,000. People who skip this step often blow money when income increases. But you'll already have the skills. Budgeting under pressure is like financial boot camp. Painful, yes, but it prepares you for bigger wins. What feels like struggle now is actually training. Avoid the trap of comparison. Maybe your friend spends $200 on restaurants every month while you're scraping by on 20. That's okay. Their journey is theirs. Yours is yours. Comparing numbers only creates frustration. Focus on your progress. Remember, even if you're only saving $25 a month, that's $25 more than before. Budgeting is personal. It's about building your freedom, not competing with someone else's lifestyle. Celebrate wins no matter how small. Did you stick to your grocery budget this month? Celebrate. Paid off a credit card? Celebrate. Built your first $500 emergency fund? Celebrate big. These milestones matter. Reward yourself with a small planned treat. It keeps you motivated. Budgeting isn't punishment, it's a series of victories. The more you recognize progress, the more excited you'll be to keep moving forward.